Welcome to Great Talking Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Now, let's go, baby! Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast / YouTube channel on Great Talking Entertainment official channel. As I continue on for episode 2 for the new Disney Plus series by Star Wars, The Acolytes. This is a spoiler review, so if you have not seen this, pause this, give me a thumbs up, because that would help my YouTube channel / podcast grow. Go watch it, come back and check out this spoiler review, because I would love to hear your guys' opinions of how you feel about this show. Where do you think this is going to go? All that. I would love to know. Just leave, obviously leave the comments below. But I'm all about that. So, again, this is a spoiler review. Y'all been warned. Let's get into it. The show starts off with May sneaking in a Jedi temple in Olega. Thanks to a child, May sneaks in and tries to assassinate Master Torben. He's a Jedi Master. And you know what? I was laughing at his hairdo. And it's like he's like half bald, half full hair, which I'm bald too, and I have a bald spot, but I'm just saying, like, for a Jedi, that's crazy to have that hairstyle. But, he's been through some stuff, so I'm not gonna make fun of him too much. But it was funny with the cosmetics. I can tell the actor who plays this character is younger, and they try to make him look older, and that's what I mean. It was kind of funny, like, seeing that cosmetic makeup like that, but not complaining about it. That was just something I noticed out of it. And as that's going, like I said, she tries to assassinate him, and she can't, because he's so good with the Force. Like, he's meditating in midair, and now he chose to not to speak forever. Like, everybody thought he was gonna meditate forever. No, he's got to eat. Brother's got to eat. He's just not talking. Because what happened, whatever happened to him, that has May coming in for him to assassinate him. He took a vow of silence. A vow, I think that's the word, VAULE, of silence, basically. And it that's very Star Wars canon. They take a silence, like, they just commit to it if they're feeling bad or ashamed for something that they did or witnessed. And she's trying everything she can't, so she has to sneak out, literally. It's like Star Wars and their comedy is so funny sometimes. It's like, it was supposed to be like a serious thing, and now it's just a comedy. Because she can't knock the dude down. Like, she tried, like, everything. I'm talking about everything. She couldn't get the guy. Like, she tried punching, drop kicking, throwing swords at him. Like, she just could not get him. So obviously she left, because another Jedi was like, "Hey, what's all this noise?" And she dips out. So that's the first part of that episode we see. The next thing, we see Osha, where she meets everybody she's going to be with, like, throughout this season. She even reunites with her master, Soul, Soul, and he's having a conversation with her, and they do the small talk, and he notices that she has a tattoo, and, it's kind of like the teacher-student, obviously. And, he's trying his best, because I think he feels guilty to whatever happened that caused May and Osha to be separate, and what's causing May to assassinate these particular Jedis. And obviously, she doesn't know much, or she does. She's keeping it a secret that once she knows. But I think what we learn in this is she feels comfortable, and obviously she misses her master, Jedi, soul, and again, they're just having small talk, but they're trying to keep up, and you can tell that he's also trying to be careful with his words because there is probably like a serious topic or a white elephant in the room moment that we'll probably have in a future episode between the two, where maybe there's an issue that they just need to address about each other that they may have a problem with, or just they're just not happy how things may ended, and so it's gonna be one of those. And then we meet another Jedi named uh Bernastra, yep, Bernastra, to bring Osha with and to find out the information that they need, because they even suggest that May or Osha comes with them to find Osha, or Osha finds May. I always get those two names mixed up, but Osha is suggested to go with them. Now, some people are appalled about that, but that's okay because she does go with them anyway. And with May comes back to meet a colleague named Humor, who makes her some poison, but he says that she should find another way. She is supposed to assassinate these particular Jedis by fighting them, while everyone is trying to figure out when she gonna come back and try to strike again. She's already 10 steps ahead, and she's trying to take out Jedi Master Torben, but it's like too late because May does succeed, but the way she succeeded is Torben actually drinks it by will. And think about it, Kumar was telling May, like, look, you got to find another way because, you're supposed to defeat these guys. You're supposed to, battle them out. Now, he's obviously probably plays a bigger part without this series, but he knows the code, he knows the way, he knows that what must be done. He acts like he knows who her master is, like he actually knows the Sith Lord of this person. And so, he's given her some good advice, and more less than advice, but more of a warning. But she got clever, and again she guilt tripped Jedi Master Torben, and that was the trick, because it's not a fact of how she murdered or assassinate these Jedis. It's what she's doing. Because at first he was like, do you really need this? You need extra help to do this? Like, come on, you can do this. He was encouraging her and reminding her that, hey, you don't need to do all these, but I'll make you it. And, he seems like a goofball. He seems like a, laid back. And because and later in this episode, he's kind of like, he plays it off like he doesn't know what's going on, he's looking out for himself too. So he's obviously, again, a bigger picture of this, but I just like how they did this scene. Again, we first meet him. She explains what's going on, and she's looking for a way. So she's very determined, and we don't know why she's determined, and we really don't know why somebody like him is even helping her. What is his game out of this? What does he get out of this? And what does the person of her master get out of this? Obviously turning to her Sith, but what else could it be? So this is still a mystery, but just watching these two scenes and watching realize how these connect is really cool. And the fact that she made this guy guilt trip to drink it, this means for sure that these people May actually personally knows these particular Jedis. She actually has a personal reason. They actually know each other from a past. So this is not a particular hitman job or hit woman job. This is like out for revenge type thing. So I think there's a great area of what she can and cannot do as far as how she's supposed to assassinate them. But from this, she convinced somebody to drink the poison. She guilt tripped them. And I think that's a Sith way to do, is to guilt trip somebody, to take their own lives. Maybe I think she succeeded in that. So I wonder if her master is gonna approve this. Is more curious that I got out of it. Like, I enjoyed watching that all come together, but now I catch myself more curious of who is her master and how does he or she feel about this particular way of her assassinating this particular Jedi. So that's what I got out of it, and that's what kind of got me more intrigued and more hyped up to stay focused on this particular episode and to want to indulge more of it. So that's what I like about that particular scene. Now, in that scene before, we seen Osha discover this, but when we meet this other Jedi character, I mean, we met this Jedi character since episode 1, Master Yord, even though he was against the idea of her tagging along, that she needed to go back to the main base with the Jedi councils. But he, even for a person who was against this whole idea, he stood up for her because he saw truth. Yeah, he followed her, but for a guy who follows the rules like in all detail, like literally follows the rules like in all perfect form, like, you know, he's the guy that would get the book from HR and memorize all the rules not to break at work, basically, right? Like, he'd be the one that would suck up and call OSHA, right? Like that's his type of personality, you know. He goes by the book. And to see him do that just shows that he is a kind person. And maybe he's not a Sith Lord. Maybe he's a genuine kind person that just didn't know. That's what I think. And what else I thought is interesting is everybody was ready to slice her up. Everybody was ready to jump on it, but he was the one that didn't. So kudos for that, and I think that was very interesting. It's like nobody trusts May, and there's probably obvious good reasons, but how do you trust a person and follow them? And then they decided to make a plan. So they have May pretend to be her sister, and she's having a conversation with Kumar, and he realizes this is not her, but luckily all the Jedis come in and put him up, and he's trying to play it off like, I have nothing to do with this. I said, no, I'm just the guy who sells the stuff for some coins or some money or whatever. And again, he probably plays a bigger role. So they plan an ambush, but it all fails because Osha sees May and she lets her go. And she missed on purpose. She had that it was like a stun gun, basically, but it stuns you. And she let her sister go. And which that means that there's more to this story. There's more deeper origin story between these two. And that even though it's in episode 1, they haven't seen each other for quite a few years, they still remember each other, still loyal to each other, and have love for each other. Because May didn't strike her down, and Osha didn't strike her down. And they had perfect opportunities. Both sides did. Like, you don't know, Osha could have, or May could have hit her with the blades, you know, threw one of the knives at her. Because she's really sneaky doing that. So it could have went down because we've seen this big battle scene and May escaped, like, but she took a Jedi ass whipping for real, but it kind of has that Matrix kung fu style type of fighting, which I really like, and to see that was really cool. Jedi Master Soul, he really brought it, and like he wasn't sweating because even May tried to take his lightsaber and he just dodged it like it was nothing. Like, and that's one thing about to become a Sith Lord, you have to kill a Jedi and take their lightsaber and pull the crystal out, and you have to squeeze it really hard until your blood comes, or cut your hand or whatever, and squeeze it really tight to turn it red. That's how Sith Lords turn their lightsabers red. They have to kill a Jedi and take their own lightsaber. That's part of the rules. And this was a lot of action. This was a lot of action. It was very tense. This is like a detective show, but with Star Wars. And it led up to a fight, and they both failed. And, again, May's on a hit and run, basically. And, now they got to, but, one of the Jedi Council told Soul, like, hey, you gotta come back. We gotta talk this over. And he's like, he really wants to say, man, why can't we just talk now? Like, get it out of the way. Let's do it on phone call or voice chat, video chat of their version of a video chat, right? Holograms. And because he's ready to go. Like, they found where's your next thing, which is going to be a same species as Chewbacca. So it's going to be very interesting to see that. And you know what I liked about that was it reminded me of that forest. I haven't watched Star Wars where the Ewoks stay on. The forest reminds me of that. And maybe that is. Maybe I didn't realize it. But it reminds me of that. And I hope to see an Ewok, hopefully, in that show. We haven't seen Ewoks for a while within the Disney Plus series. So I think that'd be kind of cool. So I'm hoping. I got a little hope for that. So, but yeah, I like that, how that ended that. So there's a lot going on with that. So definitely love this. Now let's get into some topics. Let's talk about May and Osha. They are the daughters of a witch. Now, it's been hinted and it's been teased. We've seen different variants of witches. The easiest one is the Ahsoka series. That was one different version of witches. But I think this one's a whole different type of witches. And it's very interesting about who her mother is, who their mother is, I should say. And I got to tell you, there's only 3 ways this is going to go. The first one of them, there's going to be a death between one of them. The second thing could be they're both going to become Sith Lords. Or the third, one's going to become a Sith Lord and the other is going to become a Jedi. I don't think they will both become Jedis. I don't think that's how the story is going to be played out. But is that a possibility? Yeah, but I'm not really betting on that one. But just the 3 I mentioned, I think, are probably the outcome of how their life's going to be in the future of the Star Wars universe. So it's one of those, and honestly, I wouldn't care that much about it because I think so far, based off of 2 episodes, it's a great story, and I'm enjoying these characters, and they have a different take on Star Wars, and I'm really liking what's going on with this. And so I think either or for me, the way I'm gonna watch this show, obviously just watch it just to watch it, but I'm not going to really try to figure out the outcome of their lives. Like, whatever the 3 I mentioned, I think those are the only 3 ways, the 3 out of the 3s, I should say, that would make sense. And I think any of those endings would be okay with the audience. That's what I'm thinking out of it. Now, let's talk about humor. either he's the villain, like he's the actual Sith master that's teaching May this, or he's like a spy that's reporting about her. Like if she decides to turn good, like he's gonna let the main man, the main person, know the business. So I think he I want to say I believe he could be the Sith master. I think he's just blending in, and I think nobody can tell because it is possible for Jedi's and Sith lords to hide things from the Force. Like if they didn't want a Jedi to detect them and their true feelings or emotions, they're really good at hiding it. That's the one thing about Jedi's and Sith lords. So either he's trying to keep it cool and he's blending in because Palpatine, he's done it before. He's done it before. So it can work. So that's what I think. He's just blending in. Also, I thought this is just a theory. Yord fandom. I think he's also Sith. I think he could be Sith Lord. And he's secretly spying on everybody. That's just one of my theories. Nothing else. I thought just there's some key evidence. Like one again, even though I said like Yord stood up for Ocean, saying no, that wasn't her. She didn't kill him. But it's like he's probably purposely doing these good deeds to make people trust him more. And that's a possibility too. But that's just a theory. Now, other than that, if I had to give this whole episode 1 out of 10, I'm giving this an 8. I loved it. I thought it was really cool, and I thought the story is really picking up, and the action is too as well. Like it's starting to feel like a Jedi series. Like it feels like this is a Star Wars Jedi story, and I loving it. Like don't like a lot of the times, like a lot of these are Mandalorians or Andors. Ahsoka and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan Kenobi felt like a Jedi story. This definitely feels like a Jedi story. So definitely enjoying this so far. But that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you guys, and peace